Hi, Hamraj. Nice to meet you.
Same here, Adrian.
So, how's your day going?
It's going great so far. Thanks for asking.
We'll just get right into it. I heard a little bit about you and I want to hear more about your story. I heard that you quit your job recently to use Floot full time, and I want to hear a little bit more about that. What were you doing for work prior to making this decision?
Yeah, I'm a marketer. So basically, I do SEO in my day-to-day work.
So, I guess, what made you take the leap? Was work fulfilling? Did you feel stuck? Or, basically, what was going on in your head?
Yeah, I have been a startup founder many years ago. I started my first company back in 2014-15. As I'm a non-technical person, I always had to rely on the developer, basically the tech person. So far, I have built so many products with the help of agency or with the help of developer. I have full product knowledge. I can imagine product, but I was not able to achieve that imagination because sometimes, you convey your idea or you convey your, the imagination to a developer and they build something similar, not exactly what you
Yeah.
want. So basically, I have been building with the help of a technical person or third party agency. I have been built a lot of website. So I have that kind of knowledge or that kind of nuances. How do you want to build a product?
So, how did you find us? What made you try us out?
On LinkedIn, one day I got a post from Y Combinator and Floot was tagged there. So I discovered Floot through Y Combinator LinkedIn post. From there, I have a curiosity to try and test out every app which seems promising or exciting. So Floot seems exciting. So I instantly sign up and tried it. Before that, I have already used so many apps.
What other tools have you tried out? What made us different?
I have used Lovable other AI tools for building for doing website. And prior to Floot, I have also used ChatGPT where I have created custom files. You ask ChatGPT to create a code and you pick those code and you paste it in your file manager. I've done that manually. It is very time taken and I instantly quit it because for a non-technical person, it's not convenient every time to go pick your file from your database and upload on ChatGPT or on any other tool and do that. So for me, I have used 4 to 5 AI tools prior to Float, and every time I was not able to for a longer time because I was not able to achieve my vision or build a full product which is production ready. Some apps from here, I will go back to Float. When I first tried Float, the thing was the capability to debug themselves. So you don't have to give a lot of prompt or lot of follow back prompt. For example, if you ask them, hey, I want to change this button or this theme, so Float will automatically do that. They will change the whole theme from across the other pages as well. So basically, they understand your problem. And also, there are a few things which I liked about Float was like the discussion mode. There are few tools there is no discussion mode. There is always a fear. If you type something else or if you give a wrong prompt, they might do a wrong change. So basically, you have to do again and again. You got in that vicious cycle where you give them another prompt and they give another output. So for that reason, discussion mode was very impressive. And when I frequently use discussion mode because right now I'm at that level of my app where if I will do a slight mistake, the whole thing might get the system might there might be some bug. So I do a lot of discussion mode and I first get all the confirmation from inside Float, like what they are going to do, how they are going to do. So discussion mode is very impressive. And the third thing was the resource. So if you have the ability to connect any kind of API, whatever you want, you can basically connect any kind of tools. Hey, I want to connect, for example, email API, or I want to connect Google Auth API. So they will do automatically. They will create a resource folder where you can submit your API and everything. So this is like a universal. It opens a lot of possibility. It doesn't limit you. You can connect any kind of tools. Prior to that, there were predefined apps for each use case. For example, for email verification, you only use recent. But in Float, you can use anything. And the fourth one is obviously the hosting part, hosting and database. I will combine both together because inside Float, as a non-technical person, that was a big relief. I don't need to pull the coding file from one place and stick it to another place. So It was pretty convenient for a non-technical person to launch a website within few minutes. So this is my journey with the Float.
Before we move on, you kind of touched on some questions I was going to ask. I'm just going to say it. You don't have to answer again, so then I can clip it in the video. I'm going to go back to what we were talking about you quitting your job for this. Do you think this was a route that you expected to take? What made you finally take the jump? Because I know you mentioned that you had a software engineer, things like that, and you were trying so many different products. Was it like an immediate, like, yes, like this is what I want to do, building a startup? Or is it like, yeah, basically I want to go pick your brain about that?
Yeah. So the thing is that at this point of time, I'm pretty confident that I will be able to make some money out of my expertise with the help of Floot. Basically, right now I have built a Double Prep. It's a website called doubleprep.com, which is built entirely on Floot. And right now it has more than 100K users. Within 4 months of we have reached 100K users on Floot. So it gives me a sense of trust on Floot that you can build a really, really production ready or high quality apps which won't break when user will actually it will be when it will be tested with the real user, it won't break. This gave me trust, which makes me take another leap. Right now, I'm working with two of my clients where I have pitched Float service instead of other tools. And I have delivered two websites, two different websites to different clients, built entirely on Float. And right now, they are pretty happy. Give me a belief, or you can say a trust, that there is something which can be, you can do something, you can make money out of it, out of this expertise. Help me quit my current job and I'm going full time in, because I have a product with 100K users which I need to maintain and which I need to market, and it need my attention basically. So I just want to go full in with that. As well as with the side, I can also help clients, some other person who need help with the Float, so that I can basically have some extra bucks for my day-to-day expense basically.
That sounds good. So yeah, you mentioned that you have a high traffic site. Let's talk about it. What have you built? You mentioned that you have 100,000 visitors now. I would like to
No,
learn more
no.
about it. Could you elaborate and showcase your website?
Okay. So it is Double Prep AI. Basically, it's AI powered practice site where preparing for any examination. We have more than 200 plus examinations where students can come and they can create mock test, mock questions based upon that individual syllabus or individual exam pattern. So they can basically prepare for any kind of examination with the help of this tool. We are using multiple AI APIs. For example, we are using Open API. We are using DeepSeek. We are using, basically, we have integrated all kind of AI tools. It has email notifications, SMS notifications. So we have integrated all the advanced things with it. And if you want me to give you a demo, I can give you a quick demo as well if you want to.
Yeah, a quick demo of your product would be really cool.
I'm on my student dashboard. Here you can select your exam. For example, if I want to create a mock test, I will give you two examples. So these are two different. So here I can go ahead, I can pick all the it has three subject and I can pick the number of questions, how many questions I want in this subject. If I want to only prepare for analytical reasoning, so I can only pick that subject as well. So here, and I can choose the language, I can choose the difficulty mode, what kind of questions do you want, and I can generate test here. And it will start generating questions. It is generating mock test. So we can wait. You can see the test is generated. We have implemented advanced framework behind the scene where they have only given us 11 questions because two questions were duplicate. They
Mhm.
already removed those questions from there. Here you can see it contains graphs and those kind of things. You can select options from here. You can navigate to questions from here and there.
Mm.
Suppose if I want to finish test, so I can submit test and it will instantly give me a score that I got. Even if I want to generate solution, suppose my answer was C, and if I want to see the solution, I can generate solution. It will generate solution instantly for me as well. We have also implemented two things. One is credit based, where user can generate question based upon the credit, and we have also implemented the subscription part, where we give subscription and they can generate unlimited number of tests. So this is basically how the app works. We are covering more than 200 plus examinations across the world. And let me also give you a few overview of the admin dashboard that we have created. And here you can see in the last 30 days, we have 5,802 users and 53,000 questions generated. And we have other parameters, for example, verified question, verified question, that we have some like internal parameters that we do to check like, the question quality and everything. We have this number of users who have signed up on our platform by entering
Mm-hmm.
their email address. Here you can see on a daily basis how many users we have. Like you can see the graphs on a daily basis. And we have created this exam management where we give, let me show you one example here. So suppose we have, let's say LSAT. For
Mm-hmm.
LSAT, we have three subjects. One is analytical reasoning and logical reasoning. So inside analytical reasoning, we have five topics. We have created each topic with all those kind of content that topics covers, which helps us generate high quality question, because generating question with the help of AI, it all depends upon how well you give the prompt to AI. You can see, I'm just sharing you this because you can see how complex it is and how Floot is able to do it very easily. We have also created the blog CMS inside our admin panel where you can create publish blog from here, which I have not published any single blog yet because lack of time. We have also built that feature inside us. We can manage all the page management. We can contact us page, refund policy page, all the legal pages. You can change the content here because these are the pages which are frequently changed. And these are the exam metrics. You can change exam and you can see how many users has been attempting the exam on a day-to-day basis. These are the question generation, how many questions has been generated for different examinations. These are AI question stats. These are the tools that we have. We can launch any kind of promo code from our dashboard. There is a pricing plan. We can change the pricing directly from here. We have a subscription. So we have created all kind of templates here so that we don't need to go back to that platform, the email API that we are using, or even though we don't need to ask Floot every time to change this tag or that tag or this sentence or any error. In future, if you want to change the messaging, we can do that directly from admin panel as well. So this is what we have created. So we can also send marketing contact. We can also send bulk email from here. So these are the features that we have created inside here. And also there is a daily reminder kind of thing like, no, we have more than 100 users. So it's pretty hard to send bulk email. So what we have done here, so we created an email batch management where every API has some sort of timeout or day per second. Basically, you can send a specific number of emails per second. So it's not possible to send like 100K users in a single click. So what we have done basically, and this is also done entirely on Float. What you can do is we can trigger email in a batch. Suppose like if our limit is we can send 100 emails in a second. So what the Float will do here, they will send 100 emails in a second. So every second they will trigger 100 batch. They will create batches of 100 emails and they will trigger it every other seconds. So this is amazing. And now we have created the feedback here. So basically we can track stars, how many feedback we are getting. So we can track in a single here as well. We have an admin tool where we can role-based basically assign, we can assign role-based permission of the admin panel to our team members here as well. Now we have also created all the AI settings that we are using currently, which is pretty amazing. These kind of things we are able to do. It was not imaginable a year ago for me.
This is really cool. Thank you so much for giving me such an in-depth demo. I have a few questions before we end off. Heard from you that you worked through Upwork. Does that have anything to do with the apps that you made with Floot?
So basically, recently I was on Upwork searching some sort of expert over there. I saw a lot of job request comes on Upwork regarding AI tools developer, and people
Hmm.
are already using Bubble and basically other AI tools they are already building over there. So I thought like hey, Floot is much like convenient, much better, and I have that skills that that it will take to do the job. And so I created my Upwork profile and I start pitching to clients or pitching to job request and start suggesting Floot to them. And so far I have worked with two clients and they are pretty happy with the results that I gave them.
Wait, that's really cool. I didn't know that there was like a market for that, but I'm glad that Floot's working out for you there. Let's talk a little bit more about your current website. You mentioned that you used to work with a software engineer. How has managing it yourself using Floot saved you money long term in comparison to your previous projects?
Yeah, so basically, like, working with a tech person has its own pros and cons. So earlier, when we were building, for example, test card, we have another website as well, which is called test card. I built test card entirely with the help of a real developer. They took almost like 6 months to build the entire project, and still it has a lot of bugs. We got constant complaints from our users, from our teachers. It is a platform for teachers, basically teacher and student. We were hearing a lot of complaints, lot of bugs here and there about the project. And you won't believe the day I found Floot and I got to know that, like, no, it can work. I replaced the 6 month of work of my developer within a week.
That's crazy.
Rebuilt the complete site with the help of Float and relaunched it within a week.
That's really cool. I'm glad that saved you time and friend you're able to make it exactly how you wanted it. My last question for you is, you mentioned that you worked in marketing. How was that process for you? It seems like you were able to attract a lot of visitors on your site. What was your process? How was that with Flute specifically? Yeah, I just want
Uh,
to get to know how you did that.
so basically, I think right now it's an edge to be a marketer
Hmm.
because not everyone can build product, but the person who will be able to build a better product who has marketing knowledge, or basically who will be able to market it. I'm just taking an example here. So let's suppose there is a two-person who has no marketing experience, but one person who has marketing experience. In my case, it is me. From the foundation, from the first prompt that I gave Float, I kept all the checks and balances regarding the technical part of the SEO. So I make sure my website is compliant to that. I create in a proper way so that it is easy to rank on search engine. I'm talking about the organic search, which is SEO part, one of the pillar of marketing today. I make sure I create all those pages, all those technical parts. I implement all those technical parts from the beginning so that the day I launched, it has all those things in website which it will take to rank on Google. With the person who has no technical knowledge, they will be able to build a complete product. But if they don't have knowledge of any marketing, in my case, about SEO, so they want to be able to implement those technical things regarding SEO. So it is good to have a skill right now in AI era, basically.
I definitely agree, especially now it's all about who has the good ideas, who can get their ideas out there versus being able to create the product. Because with tools like Flu, at this point, it's just like anyone can do it. You're basically a prime example. I'm glad everything's working out for you. I think that kind of wraps up all the questions I have for you. Is there anything else that you feel like I might have missed or want to talk about your experience with Flute, things like that?
No, I think so far I'm enjoying, and I hope more and more person can use Float. They will be able to see the difference.
It was really nice to meet you, Hamraj. I'm excited to see what you're able to come up with, see how this continues to grow, especially since you're a marketing connoisseur. I feel like everything's going to work out, especially working 100%, which is crazy, quitting your job and fully going into it. I think that's awesome. I hope everything goes well.
Thank you.
Thank you.